Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, just a quick video for you, going over my quilts, basically what I use to keep warm during the nights on the trail. I pretty much use quilts rather than sleeping bags, mostly because of the price. Good sleeping bags that are really lightweight, like around the 2-pound or lighter range, sometimes they're like $400, $500, $600, and they could be a little bit lower now, I'm not really sure, but basically all I have are quilts. So I'm going to go through all the quilts I have. I'll let you know how I ordered them because a lot of quilts are customizable through certain companies, and at the end of the video I'm going to go through, put the quilts in the stuff sacks, weigh them up, let you know what each one of them weighs. So let's get right into it. Alright, so first we're going to start with my winter quilt. So this is a 0-degree bag, or quilt I guess. Hammock Gear Econ quilt, so it's the economy line, the cheaper line that Hammock Gear makes. This is a 0-degree bag. Now, something I found about Hammock Gear is their temperature ratings are a little misleading. They're definitely not a comfort rating. So this 0-degree bag, I think I would be really cold if I took it down to 0. So I'd say maybe about 10 degrees off on this. So I'd say comfort-wise, this is probably about a 10-degree bag. They have 3 different like lengths. They have short, medium, long. The short ones I think are only rated to somebody that's like 5'6" or 5'7". Now I'm 5'7", so I'm definitely like pushing to the top of that range, maybe over. I'm not exactly sure what it was. When I get in these quilts, I can pretty much pull them up to my forehead, which is fine because a lot of times I'll wear a hood, or I pretty much always wear like a stocking cap or something. If you're like 5'8", 5'9", you might not want to go with the short version because then you have the urge to like push your feet all the way up in the foot box. To try to pull it up over your head, and pretty much what you're doing at that point is you're compressing the down and the bottom. If you know anything about bags or down, compressed down just has no insulating value, so it's not gonna work. It's gonna wake you up with cold feet probably at some point in the night. I'm definitely not a hammock camper. I pretty much sleep on the ground all the time, and they recommend the wide version for ground sleepers just so you get more coverage, you can tuck it around you better and everything. I opt not to go with that. I'm kind of a skinnier guy, and the regular width is completely fine for me. At the top of the bag here, it has a snap, so I can snap it around my head, and it also has a cinch here, so when I snap it around, I can cinch it pretty tight around my neck or my face or whatever, however I want to do that. It also has loops on the sides here, so if I was ever super cold, I could maybe use a little piece of string or something and tie these around just to kind of get more coverage so that I have no draft leaks, because you know, quilts, they got this big open back that's underneath your body, so if you don't keep it tucked in on the sides, you definitely will feel a draft at some point. Also, with the 0-degree, I had the sewn in foot box, so you can get the foot box like zippered. Basically, you can have it so you can open it up like a blanket. When you're gonna bag or a quilt for like super cold temperatures, I don't really think, or at least I didn't think I was ever gonna want to have my feet like out. Like I figured I would always want my feet to be closed in with no air gaps at all. Been super happy with this quilt. I've had this thing for a little bit over a year now, and it's doing good. Number 2 on the list, this is another Hammock Gear Econ version. This is a 20-degree quilt. This was the first quilt I actually bought too when I upgraded from just a normal sleeping bag. This is definitely the one that gets the most use. I think if anybody out there is trying to figure out what first quilt you need to buy, I think a 20-degree is definitely just the best option for all weather, because I've had cooler nights in the summer when I take this and I don't sweat in it, and it takes you down to, I think I've had this in the low 20s where I've been pretty cold, but I'd say down to about 25, 26. Not bad, still pretty warm. I definitely would consider it more of like a 30-degree bag though. Just like my 0-degree is a short version, regular width, sewn in foot box as well. Yeah, I've used this thing a ton of times. I love this bag. Third one on the list is one I'm really excited about because I just got it in the mail. Haven't even used it yet, so I can't attest to how good it is, but once again, Hammock Gear Econ version. It's a 40-degree bag. So the reason why I got this is because I kind of had a gap in my system. I had a 0, a 20, and then I have a Costco quilt, which is super cheap, probably I'd say a 50 or a 55 degree bag, definitely chilly. I just wanted a more middle ground shoulder season bag that I can take out in the summer, never really have to worry about it. Plus with the Costco quilt, it has no foot box. Your feet kind of always get uncovered. I found that certain nights in the summer, if it was questionable if it was going to drop into the lower 50s or lower 40s, I would just bring my 20 degree and it worked well, but I really needed that middle temperature bag. So I got my 40 degree, and this one, same exact as the other. It's the short version, regular width. This one actually has like these plastic D-rings over top of the pad strap. That's what these hooks are for, or the little ties here. So you can get pad straps and tie this around your sleeping pad. But this one's got little D-rings, which will actually make it much easier and convenient if I want to tie them together to block off any like air gaps and stuff. Sewn in foot box on this one as well. I almost went with the zippered foot box, but so like when I sleep at home, I pretty much am covered up, and I always have like one foot out. I don't know what it is, it just regulates temperature well. So I feel like I can just like leave one foot out of the bag if I ever get hot. Like I don't really need to use it as a blanket. But this is going to be a good summer bag. It will definitely come with me on most trips that I would normally take the Costco quilt on, and it's just going to give me a little bit more reassurance that I'll be warmer through the night, because I mean, there's a lot of times when I take the Costco quilt and I get slightly chilled throughout the night. It's just not a warm quilt. It works well for what it is, but this is just a lot more foolproof. And last but not least, well, actually it is the least, is the Costco quilt. Double black diamond quilt, Bed Bath & Beyond quilt. I think that's actually where I got this one. Super cheap. I got 3 of these. The other ones are purple. If you notice something about my quilts, they're all different colors. It's something I do, is I purposely buy like all my backpacking gear in like tons of different colors. That way, if I'm opening up all my quilt bags looking for a quilt, I know exactly what color I'm looking for. Same with if I open up my pack while out on the trail, I see different colors of things and I know exactly what they are. Like I don't have to check and see what things are. I know a lot of people get the same color. They might get all their gear in black or blue or green, and I don't know, I like having everything color coded so it's just quicker and more efficient. But the Costco quilt, definitely will still take this on trips if it's like super hot, like maybe like 90 degree days. If it's only going to drop into the 70s or 80s, I could definitely still take this. Or if I'm wanting to be like super light, the 40 degree bag is probably going to be around this weight. I'm really anxious to weigh that up here in a minute. Costco quilt, really great bang for the buck. But let's go ahead and get these guys weighed up. Okay, all packed up, so we're gonna go with the 0 degree first. The 0 degree comes in at 1 pound 13.4 ounces, or 834 grams. So the 20 degree bag comes in at 1 pound 5.4 ounces, or 608 grams. So this is the one I'm really excited to see. I was hoping it was gonna be comparable to the Costco quilt. We're gonna see here in a second, but the 40 degree bag, 1 pound almost even, 1 pound 0.15 ounces. And that translates to 458 grams. So the Costco quilt, this one's actually slightly lighter than the purple ones I have. 15.3 ounces, 434 grams. About 1 ounce lighter than the 40 degree bag. So really, what you're getting with the 40 degree opposed to a Costco quilt is so much more warmth, I imagine. I mean, I've never used it, but just feeling the fluff in that thing, I know that thing's going to be way warmer. So pretty much what you'd expect from these, the cooler the temperature rating, the lighter they get. I'm impressed by the 40 degree being nearly the exact same weight as the Costco quilt. So this is definitely going to come with me on nearly all my summer hikes this year. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Just wanted to share with you some of my gear, what keeps me warm out there, long nights on the trail, and I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you guys subscribe down below for more videos like this in the future. I'm actually leaving here in about 1 hour to go on another little trip. It's not a backpacking trip, but it's gonna be a fun one, and judging that it was about 12 degrees real feel this morning, it's going to be a cold one. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. That's going to be the next video posted after this one. But once again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.